Thanks for joining us here at 6. The Springfield business is rebuilding its reputation as a now former employee is charged with scamming customers.
Prosecutors say roofer Mark Fry would take checks in his name while posing as the owner of Advanced Restorations, a title he never had. Color 10's Parker Paget is live in Springfield tonight after talking to the company's general manager as well as the Better Business Bureau.
Yeah, the BBB says it's a unique situation to have an employee pretend to be the owner, take deposits, keep the cash, and never do the work. The general manager at Advanced Restorations tells me that when they hired Mark Fry, they had no idea it would have turned into this.
This has been a tough kind of learning experience for us, but since then we've actually had to increase some manpower and put in some further checks and balances to make sure that stuff like this never happens again in the future.
General Manager Jared Mason says when they hired Mark Fry, they believed it was the right move.
We're really excited to bring him on board. With his previous military experience, his resume that he had, he seemed like a solid candidate.
However, if you ask him about Mark Fry today, that opinion is likely different. Mark Fry is now facing 6 stealing charges and 3 counts of deceptive business practices. At least 10 victims are claiming Fry would pretend to be the owner of Advanced Restorations and take cash or checks in his name for jobs that never got completed. Pamela Hernandez with the Better Business Bureau says that should be red flag number 1.
You want to make sure the payment goes directly to the business. If you make the check payable to the business, then only the business can negotiate that check and someone else can't pocket the money.
Hernandez says if you spot other warning signs, it's best to find someone else to do the job.
If somebody is BBB accredited, you know that BBB is holding them accountable to certain standards of trust and ethics. So that's one thing a consumer can look for when they're hiring someone to do work on their home.
Mason says victims affected have had their jobs completed, but that has cost the business thousands of dollars they can't recoup, and he believes there's more victims out there.
If anyone has had that sort of relationship or that sort of interaction with Mark Fry, we would love to hear about it because unfortunately I feel like there's probably people out there that have still been taken advantage of.
Court documents say Fry has stolen more than $40,000 from customers and a warrant has been issued for his arrest. Reporting live in Springfield, Parker Paget, Color 10 News.